what's on that top shelf. Hey guys, this is Chevy here at Top Shelf Gaming and Tech Reviews, and this one's going to be on the PlayStation Vita and the new 3DS and why they're worth it in 2018. Let's take a dive in. The PlayStation Vita and the new Nintendo 3DS that's not so new anymore. Now why I'm actually talking about these right now is because I've been talking to a few people, whether it be on YouTube or locally here. Is it worth grabbing a handheld console like the PlayStation Vita or the new 3DS in 2018? Absolutely. 150% absolutely. It's a totally different demographic altogether than the Nintendo Switch. And I can argue that until I'm blue in the face. So many people that think, oh well, the Nintendo Switch is released, why the hell would you even bother with a PlayStation Vita or a new 3DS? They're obsolete. Well no, for one, because both systems have a back catalog of like hundreds and hundreds of games. So right there, your argument's moot. And furthermore, the Switch is a different demographic, as I said, altogether. It's a handheld, portable console on the go. I mean, you can play it in dock mode, you can play it in handheld. Actually, I know more people that play it in handheld mode than dock mode. But still, it's geared to a different crowd of people. It still fits that handheld group because the fact that you can take it on the go. But why would I, this is just me, I don't want to take a console that's that big with the Joy-Cons all included and everything, as opposed to something that big. Or the 3DS, which is that big. A little bit bigger when it's opened up. Got some gaming on the go. So that's just the thing. And the money value of these handhelds versus the Switch console, in Canada it's $399.99, so it's $400. So in the US it's $300. And then you gotta add taxes on top of that, and eco fees and blah blah blah. So that's the thing. I would much rather take a PlayStation Vita or a new 3DS on the go than the Switch. And you know, you could pretty much say maybe 3.5 hours battery life on the Switch. You're getting 6 hours of battery life on the PlayStation Vita or the new 3DS, depending on your brightness settings and if you're tethered to Wi-Fi and all that stuff. But you're just getting more battery life because it's a smaller console. It doesn't consume as much electricity since the screens are smaller. And yeah, that's just pretty much it. Totally different demographics between the two. So that's just the thing. I would rather approach the topic as in, yeah, the Switch is a handheld, but it's actually a console first and foremost. It doesn't take over the handheld market of gaming. Sure, it approaches the handheld market, but it doesn't take it over. The new 3DS technically is still the victor over all handheld market, since it's got well into the 73 to 75 million units sold in the whole 3DS lineup, between the regular 3DS to 3DS XL to the new 3DS lineup of stuff, and the 2DS XLs and 2DS. So there's a lot sold, whereas the PlayStation Vita, it's only sold like maybe 8 to 10 million worldwide. I can't really remember exactly what it is, but it's low. But it doesn't mean the PlayStation Vita is inherently bad. Sony just didn't market it properly, for one. And it just didn't get the notoriety that it should from the PSP, its predecessor. The PSP sold about 84 million. So, anyways, are they worth it? Yes, they're worth it in 2018. I can't stress that more. Because it's, like I said, two totally different demographics. And we got games, man. We got games for days. This is just a minor few of the games that I got. Operation Abyss, Gravity Rush, which is a flagship Sony title. We got Ys 8, which just came out recently. So the PlayStation Vita isn't dead. It's just first-party titles are dead, unfortunately. Muramasa, side-scrolling kind of beat-em-up slasher with samurai. Toukiden 2, which is an excellent game that you can play cross-platform with PS4, I believe. And this is kind of like a Monster Hunter-esque style game, so I would recommend anybody into Monster Hunter that's got a PS Vita or wants to get a PS Vita, get this game. It's excellent. Excellent multiplayer, all that. Ease, Memories of Celceta. And that's an excellent game that I'm currently playing right now. They're a set of action RPGs, these games, so they're really good. Odin Sphere, I don't really have to really get into that because a lot of people already know what Odin Sphere is. If you're kind of a Vanillaware fan or something like that, they're excellent. They've done so many good games. Dungeon Travelers 2, so these are the niche titles that I'm talking about for the PlayStation Vita that a lot of people don't know. It's a first-person dungeon crawling RPG, but it's got a lot of fan service, which is a little weird. I don't know, I find fan service stuff weird because it's really technically not weird to Japanese following, but to the West here, it's a little odd. It's definitely a little odd, but you know, the fan service aside, excellent RPG gameplay. And then just another one here, Trigger Happy Havoc Danganronpa. So these are a set of games that are basically kind of set in a detective style nature, and they're almost like a storybook graphic novel type game, but really, really good, and they make you use your brain a bit. So that's the PlayStation Vita games. That's just a small handful. I've got like 60 or more physical copies of games. Now going to the same with the 3DS. There's a huge lineup of games on this that I have that I can't get into all of them. River City, which I have some gameplay in this video. We got Metroid. You can't go wrong with Metroid. I love Metroid. See, this is why I can't just pick one handheld. I like them both for their own reasons. Atrian Odyssey 5. There's a lot in the series. Persona Q, which is basically an Atrian Odyssey kind of, well, it's the same game, just with a Persona kind of twist. It's got Persona 3 and 4 characters in it. It's really cool. Xenoblade Chronicles, which is extremely hard to find on the new 3DS now. I don't know why, but it's a super sought after game, and it's a really good game. So that's probably one of the reasons why, but the production on the game, they didn't produce as many copies as they thought they would, which is really weird because Xenoblade was a huge hit on the Wii, and it's still a huge hit on the new 3DS. Dragon Quest VIII, Journey of the Cursed King. Now these games are cool, man, because I used to play this on the PS2 back in the day, and the fact that they actually brought this to the 3DS, this is what I'm talking about. These are the games that I like, and that's why I have them. And this is kind of the reason why it matters in 2018. You're not getting this on the Switch. Because they have games for the Switch and they have games for the 3DS lineup. I'm glad they still do that. And it wouldn't be a 3DS library if you didn't have Fire Emblem at all. This is Awakening. This one's a little older. Another one that's hard to find now. Echoes recently just came out in 2017. Excellent game. Oh, it's super good. It's kind of a reimagining of Fire Emblem Gaiden from back in the day. It was actually a Japanese release. Happy Console Gamer dives into that one a little bit, but this one I definitely enjoy. So that's, oh my god, everything fell over. Monster Hunter. Can't go wrong with Monster Hunter series. I've already talked about it specifically. Toukiden 2 being kind of a Monster Hunter clone. Monster Hunter is kind of a game that I love, so that's another reason why I have a 3DS. And then Zelda. I got more than just this Zelda. I got Zelda, Majora's Mask, so many things on the 3DS that I have that I haven't shown you guys here today. Alright guys, that pretty much sums up my video for the PlayStation Vita and the new 3DS in 2018. Are they worth grabbing? Let me know down in the comments. Or let me know that they're not worth grabbing. You can just get a Switch and screw the handheld gaming market altogether. No, I'm just joking about that, guys. Well, you can say that if you want, but I mean, I really think they're absolutely worth it, and I think that everybody should probably have a handheld gaming console on the go at some point if you're a gamer. It's kind of like a no-brainer to me. Anyways, guys, this has been an episode of Top Shelf Gaming and Tech, and I'm Chevy. Peace.